Hello, it's Deva once again. Today we will discuss about the present perfect tense. The present perfect tense and the past tense has a little difference, and it is always confusing us where to use present perfect tense and where we have to use simple past. Today, in this topic, I shall show you when we have to use present perfect tense and when we have to use simple past. Now, first of all, we shall know the structure of the present perfect tense. Here, subject plus has or have plus past participle, that is verb 3 plus complement. When the subject is a singular and in the third person we have to use has. When the subject is plural, we have to use have. Now, when it is used, number one, it is used to talk about the completed action which occurred in the immediate past. For example, I have completed my work. I have completed my work. You see here, I have used plural. I always take plural. And I have used for the action which has completed in the immediate past. When you have to use just and when you have to use just now. In British English, just is always used with the present perfect tense, and just now is used with the simple past tense. Another example, he has arrived at last. He has arrived at last. I was telling you that when you have to use just and when you have to use just now, you must not say or you must not use just now with present perfect tense. For example, you must not say, don't say, he has just now gone out. I told you that present perfect tense takes only just, whereas simple past takes just now. So you must not say he has just now gone out. You have to use just now with the simple past. Here is the example. He went out just now. So this is in simple past tense. Write down. Present perfect tense, sometimes it is used to talk about the past action, but the knowledge and the result is still with us. We can make with that action, we can sense it presently, and I shall show you with some examples. For example, it has occurred sometimes in the past, and what is the result of that? Have you read Paradise Lost? Have you read Paradise Lost? Sometimes in the past means, do you know Paradise Lost? Another example, we shall take another example. I have traveled lot in Andhra Pradesh. What is the result of that? I know Andhra Pradesh. Because I have traveled, I know it has occurred somewhere in the past, but the result that I know, still I know about Andhra Pradesh. I will take another example. I have done my homework. What is the result of that? I did not worry about that. Means there is no work. I have completed all my work. Now presently I am free. Another example, I have cut my finger. What is the result of that? The finger is bleeding. And another example, last example, Gopi has eaten chocolates. Because Gopi has eaten chocolate, what is the result of that? There are no chocolates for me to eat. Note down. You see this example in the two sentences and try to understand the meaning. Ravi has gone to Japan. Ravi has been to Japan. When you see the first example, when you see the first sentence, here Ravi has gone to Japan, meaning he may be on the way to Japan or he is in Japan. Whereas if you take the second sentence, Ravi has been to Japan, he has already visited Japan and presently he knew about Japan. He has returned from Japan. The present perfect tense talks about the past as well as the present. I repeat once again. It talks about the past as well about the present. I shall show you with some examples. For example, this is in present perfect tense. Gopi has had a bad car crash. If I write this sentence in past tense, it will be Gopi had a bad car crash. Here the meaning conveys that he had a bad car crash and probably he may be in hospital. Whereas here it conveys the message or tells the meaning that he had a car crash, but probably he may be at home. Next example. The lift has broken down, means it is not working and we have to go on stairs. Whereas if it is in past tense, the lift broke down, it might have been repaired. We can use lift now. I shall take another example. I have washed the bike. What is the meaning of that? I have washed the bike. It looks lovely now. It looks new now. Whereas I washed the bike. Here the bike may be dirty again. Note down. I told you the present perfect tense has the link between the past as well as the present. I shall show you with these examples. Past plus present is equal to present perfect tense. You take the sentence I knew plus I know. What it will be? I have known. Next, you take another example. I came. I am still here. What will be the result? I have come. I have come in the past. The action has been in the past. Still it is there. I am still there. You take another example. I know him. Plus, I know him now. I repeat once again. I knew him for 5 years. I'm sorry. I knew him 5 years ago. Plus, I know him still now. What will be the result? I have known him for 5 years. Mean it tells about the action in the past as well in the present. Write down. Some typical mistakes we generally commit while we use the past tense. For example, I came in scorching sun. Please give me some cool water. Because it talks about the past as well as the present, it is better to use it present perfect. So, I have come in the scorching sun. Please give me some cool water. Second example, I never heard about it. You can use it in present perfect. I have never heard about it. Another example, third, did you brush your teeth? If you brush, have coffee. Because when you are using the past, it must be conveyable to the present. So, it is better to use in the present perfect because it conveys the message about the present. So, we can use in present perfect. Have you brushed your teeth? If you have brushed, have coffee. Please note down. The present perfect tense is not used with some of the expressions of finished time. Like example, yesterday, 2 years ago, in 1990, last week, etc. That all conveys about the actions in the past. It must be used only with the simple past. I will show you with the two examples. You see the first example, I have come from Guntur yesterday. I have come from Guntur yesterday. I told you with the expressions like yesterday, we must not use present perfect. We have to use only simple past. So, the correct expression is, I came from Guntur yesterday. Another example, our house has been constructed in 1990. It sounds correct, but grammatically it is wrong because the expression in 1990 talks about the past and we must use simple past tense. So the correct usage is our house was constructed in 1990. Note down, please. Some typical mistakes in the use of present perfect tense. I shall show you with some examples. You take the first example. Gandhiji has been assassinated for political reasons. Next, Shakespeare has written a number of dramas. Because both Gandhiji and Shakespeare are no more, the incident has occurred in the past and it has no relevance in the present. We have to use in simple past tense. See here once again, Gandhiji has been assassinated for political reasons. You have to use it simple past. Gandhiji was assassinated for political reasons. In the same way, Shakespeare has written a number of dramas. Because he is no more, we have to write in simple past. Shakespeare wrote a number of dramas. Now, another very important example is, for example, we used to write in letters. I have been appointed as a secondary grade teacher, dated 5/7/2002. I was promoted as school assistant on I was appointed and promoted on 10/11/2012 because he was appointed as a secondary grade teacher Presently, he is not working as secondary grade teacher because he got promotion in 2012 as school assistant. We must not use present perfect tense. We have to use in simple past tense. Here, I was appointed as a secondary grade teacher dated 5/7/2002. I was promoted as a school assistant on 10/11/2012. So, if we don't have the present relevance, we have to use in simple past tense. Note down please. Okay, I will tell with some example. I have drawn a line, a timeline, which starts at 8. In the middle it is 12 p.m. and in the end it is 7 p.m. The action, what we talk. Generally, morning time is 8 to 12. When we are talking anything between 8 and 12, we have to use the present perfect. For example, he has taken tea 3 times this morning. Because it is in the time frame 8 to 12 morning period, we have to use in the present perfect tense. Whereas he has taken 3 times, and if the same subject is taught in the afternoon at 3, we have to use in simple past tense. For example, he took tea 3 times in the morning. The same action, taking tea 3 times in the morning. When it is talked in the morning, we have to use present perfect tense. When we are talking the same action in the afternoon, we have to use simple past. For example, Gopi has not come in the afternoon. If we are talking in that frame time, for example, 1 to 4, in that period if we are talking, we have to use present perfect tense. For example, I haven't seen Gopi this afternoon. I am using present perfect because I am using in the same frame time between 1 and 4. That is afternoon time. The same situation, if it is talked at 7 o'clock, we have to use in simple past tense. I didn't see Gopi this afternoon. Another example I will tell you. You have to observe this. Generally, your teacher comes between 10 a.m. and 11 a.m. When I am asking the question at 10:30, I can use has the teacher come? Because generally she used to come between 10 a.m. and 11 a.m. I can use present perfect tense. In the above example I told, when it is beyond 12 o'clock, I am using simple past for the morning period. But generally the teacher comes between 10 a.m. and 11 a.m. at that time. When the time exceeds after 11, we can use in simple past tense. Did the teacher come this morning? Did the teacher come this morning? Another example. For example, whether someone has taken breakfast or not. When I am asking between 8 and 10, I can ask, have you taken breakfast? When the same question when I have to ask after 12, I can ask, did you take breakfast? So that is the difference while using present perfect tense and simple past. Note down please. We shall go with some other examples. Present perfect tense is used with the words like ever, never, always, often, frequently, several times. I shall show you with some examples. For example, you are learning a bicycle. During the learning period, you must ask with present perfect tense. For example, have you ever fallen from the bicycle during the learning period? The answer will be yes, I have fallen quite often or occasionally. When the learning period is completed, you have to use in simple past tense. For example, did you ever fall from the bicycle? The answer will be yes, I did frequently or occasionally or several times. So, when you are learning at that time, because the action is going on, you can use present perfect. When the action is completed, you must use simple past. Right now. Present perfect is also used for habitual and continual action. I repeat once again. Present perfect is also used for habitual action and continual action. Example, if you take, I have always treated my friends nicely. I have treated and still I am treating. Next, I have never been late for my work. I am always punctual and still I am punctual. Since my accident, I have written with my left hand. As you know, for is used to talk about period of time. Since is used to talk about point of time. I repeat once again. For is used for period of time. Since is used for point of time. Write down. The past perfect tense is also used the action which began in the past and after the time of speaking, past the time, it will continue. It is used with the time expressions like all day, all night, week, all my life, all the time and always, etc. Example, I have lived here for 10 years. Still I am living. The action started, began in the past and is still continuing and it will be continuing. Here another example, he has always liked music. Still he likes music. Next, they have worked all day. Still they are working. So, it is used for the action which began in the past. After the time of speaking, it will be continued. Right. In present perfect tense, sometimes, however, the action finishes at the time of speaking. You see this diagram. The action which started in the past and completes at the time of speaking. I shall show you with two examples. We haven't met for a long time. Now we are meeting. Or now we met. Next, this house hasn't been swept for days. This house hasn't been swept for days. Presently, now I am cleaning. So, the action which started in the past and completes at the time of speaking. Right now. Now, I shall show some examples which you sometimes do mistakes. Example, wrong. I know him from 5 years. When you are using period of time, you have to use for, and because you know him from the past, and it is continued up to the present, and it will be continued in the future also. It is better to use in present perfect tense. I have known him for 5 years. Period of time. Next example. We are living in this house from 1990. When we are talking point of time, we have to use since, and when we use since, we have to use perfect tenses. So it is better to use we have lived in this house since 1990. And another example, we can write in present perfect continuous tense also. We have been living in this house since 1990. Another example we shall take. I studied philosophy all my life. When you are using a time expression, we have to use in present perfect tense. All my life, all the time. For that expressions, we have to use present perfect tense. I have studied philosophy all my life. Okay, copy down. We shall discuss about for, since, from. For is used to talk about the period of time. How long an action lasted. For example, we have lived in Delhi for 5 years. That tells the period of time. Still we are living in Delhi. For is used to talk about the present, past as well as future. Since is used to talk about not the period of time but point of time where the action started. Since is used for the starting point, but also since is used only in perfect tenses. For example, I have waited for you since 4 o'clock. Now we will talk about from. From is used to talk about the action about the present, past as well as the future. But from is not used in the perfect tenses. So I have elaborately dealt with the present perfect tense. You go through that from last to the end to get complete picture of present perfect tense. Thank you.